already know, today is going to be an amazing day. We are officially starting to bag the WRX with the AccuWay air suspension. We're going to go ahead, get the car all set up, get everything ready to go. It's going to be an amazing day, so sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video. To start out the WRX air suspension install, today we are specifically targeting the air strut. Huge thank you to Universal Air for actually helping us get the correct struts for the car, and this is what we're gonna be installing today. This is so sweet. We have been sitting on this for so long, and now finally time, but we've got the WRX in the air. We took off all of the wheels, and right now we are actually working on starting to uninstall the Fortuna Auto coilover suspension right now. So, Beckman, are you ready for this?
Let's do it, dude.
While Evan works on getting these bolts connected to the hub out, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the strut tower bar bolt and start getting this coilover taken out. Coilover number 1 out. Good news, both the driver and passenger side struts are out. Now we're gonna move to the rear. We went ahead and loosened up the bolt that connects it to the lower control arm back here. And now we just have to actually literally tear out the entire trunk, because we have to figure out exactly how we're gonna set up this trunk for the air suspension setup. But all I know, it's gonna be sick. Look at this.
Ooh, OG, dude. It's the OG sticker right here.
So now I have to go ahead and loosen up these two top hats right here, and the struts will fall out. Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, first rear strut is out. Now we're having a little issue on the other side.
We'll get it, we'll get it.
A little bit more, a little more. All 4 struts are out. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started with the air suspension. See,
These are so nice, dude.
I know, really, really nice. So here are the 2 front struts. We're gonna go ahead and start with the fronts. Now, are we gonna actually do like, are we gonna match them up with the coilovers, or?
Not really. I mean, to be honest, we're gonna have to mess with it once it's all on there, but I just wanna make sure they're even from left to right. And then we're also gonna just unbolt the lines here and just put some Teflon tape and snug those up. Just make sure you're good, because the last thing you want is to put everything on there and then realize that it wasn't tightened from the factory. And it's nothing against UAS or anything. It's just always good practice just to double check those types of things.
Okay, went ahead and got all the Teflon tape on the air lines here, if you guys can see. That's just to prevent any leaking or anything like that. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and set the height for the 2 fronts and the rear. Okay, all the heights on the airbags are set. We're gonna start with the front.
Let's do these guys, yeah.
All right, let's do the front.
So we need to make sure we got the right one here.
2 front struts are in. We are now moving on to the back. We have the back passenger already sort of in. We're gonna go ahead and put in the lower control arm bolt now. Once we're done with that, then we have all of these struts officially in for the WRX. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, there she is. What's up, Mick?
What's up, guys?
Mick, we have good news. All the air struts are installed in the WRX now.
Sweet.
We have officially started the air suspension install, which feels so good. So now, before we get finished up with today, I want to do an unboxing of the rest of the things that we have from AccuAir, so you guys can get an idea of just like a full overlay of everything that we got. Mick is the air specialist here.
Yeah, only because I used to work at AccuAir for a little while, so I know the product pretty well. This is the AccuAir CVT, if Dustin didn't already tell you, and what CVT stands for is compressor valve tank, which means everything is enclosed in the air tank itself, which is pretty rad. So traditional air setups, the compressors are mounted outside the tank. They tend to be very loud, and vibration is an issue and all those sorts of things. Well, AccuAir solved that problem by putting everything inside the tank, and now you have pretty much a silent solution, which still holds 5 gallons of air,
Yes,
which is rad.
no annoying buzzing sound when you're driving around or starting your car up. It's literally silent, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and what's nice is in hatchbacks, it's really important because you've got open element or open air. In your car, it really will probably be silent because you have a back seat separating the cabin from the trunk. So the likelihood that you're going to be able to hear this is real small.
It's gonna be dope. Along with actually all the parts, they sent us a bunch of AccuAir goodies as well. Ooh, that's nice.
A little ball cap. All right, so this is basically our wiring setup. What's cool is this is all pre-wired, and this just plugs right into the end of the tank here. Now this is our power harness. It's fused. Gets run directly to the battery. What's cool is they already have all this stuff terminated for you. So there's.
Yeah, I gotta do it all. If you've watched the videos for a while, I literally absolutely know nothing about wiring, and wiring is my biggest enemy. So
AccuAir does the best to make it as easy as possible to install. They have a drain kit as well, basically a petcock that goes on the side of the tank. So once a month or something, you can just push this button and it allows any of the moisture that's built up in the tank, which should be minimal, but it allows it to drain out. So typically you just drill a hole in the trunk floor and run this out the bottom of the car.
There's so many components to this.
This is the controller. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the AccuAir system. It's not some cheap plastic controller. It's a nice billet housing and it's a machine part.
Oh, it does look nice.
Nice rubber feel buttons.
Ooh, look at
It has
that.
a nice weight to it. So like the traditional air systems have like a plastic controller. It just feels cheap and crappy.
This is super nice.
So we'll get to that. This is one of the last things which we actually do. So we'll route the wiring and then the touchpad gets basically placed at the very end.
Now here is one of the most important parts of the entire kit.
Yeah, this is the E level. So this is the actual ECU, I guess is the best way to call it, that runs the management system. One thing I really love about AccuAir stuff is they package everything really well.
Yeah, I mean, look at all this stuff, dude.
This is the brains of the operation right here. All the stuff that we're gonna install is gonna plug into this, and then it communicates with each other through this ECU. This is
literally just plug and play.
Yeah, bro. So you just route everything. You're freaking out over nothing. So all this stuff just basically plugs into the ECU, and these are your height sensor wiring. So these will come back, and these plug in right here, and then your touchpad plugs in right there. So that's it. So I mean, it looks crazy when you look at it, but it's really not that crazy. And AccuAir does a really good job of putting the kit together where.
Obviously, as you guys can see, it's number one, it's really packaged nicely, but everything comes nice and organized so you know what you're dealing with and what you're getting yourself into.
Along with the brains of the operation are the height sensors. So what's cool is this isn't a pressure-based system. So there are pressure-based systems. AccuAir does sell a pressure-based system, but this one actually uses a sensor on each corner of the car, and this mounts to one of your suspension arms, and then this thing has a travel or a sweep which communicates to the ECU, the E level, via one of these rods that connects to your suspension. As your car goes up and down, it moves this arm. This arm is telling this at what ride height you're at after you've made presets on your system. So if at any point it's out of its range that it's meant to be in, that you have it set to, it automatically corrects and puts your car right back in that height.
Sick. Literally perfect. This is gonna be such a sick kit. So like you guys saw today, we installed all of the air struts, and now that's gonna be it for today. We kind of ran out of time, but in the next air suspension video that you guys are gonna see, we're actually gonna install the tank with all of the management and the wiring and everything, and we're actually gonna be able to air this thing out, and it will be 100% bagged in the next air suspension video. It's gonna be amazing. Alright, that is gonna be everything for today. We actually got a lot done, and I'm very happy that we actually got the air struts in. That makes it easy for us tomorrow when we actually start running all of the lines and put the management in the trunk. I'm excited to show you the trunk setup and everything. Let's head home. we have made it home from the shop. I'm just eating a quick pre-workout meal. We have 2 English muffins with peanut butter, jam, and a banana. You guys have been wanting to see a leg workout for a long time now, so I figured I have to do some photos and video for Ever Forward. I thought I would go ahead and take you guys through my entire leg workout before we do that shoot. So I'm gonna go ahead and smash this pre-workout meal and we're gonna go kill a leg workout. All right, we have made it to the gym. Like I said, today is leg day. The goal for me right now is to get as big as possible and as strong as possible. So right now, we have a heavy leg day today. We're hitting 5 sets of 5. I'm at my top set right now of 315. Now, I probably could push it a little bit more, but I haven't lifted heavy on legs and since really before prep. I don't want to push it too hard. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this set. Let's get it. All right, squats are complete. 5 sets of 5 at 315. That was definitely brutal. I haven't done that in a long time, but now we're gonna move on to 2 reverse lunges and hit some quads and hamstrings a little bit. And then, yeah, it's gonna be a good one. These little baby guys down here, we're gonna make them grow this off season. I haven't had like a true off season where I'm focused on growing ever. So from now until I want to start prep next year, all growing season, baby. Quads are absolutely burned. We're gonna move on to some hamstrings. My favorite hamstring exercise is dumbbell straight leg deadlift, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. 4 sets of 12, and then finish off our leg day with some leg extensions. But let's get this. Are finished. I thought I'd bring you guys up to date on my physique right now because it has changed a lot since show day. So currently sitting at 202 pounds. Show day was 188 pounds, so I'm like 14 pounds heavier. I feel incredible. I'm gonna do a full video with like all my macros and everything and how I'm eating, but like I said earlier, the goal right now is to get as big and as strong as possible. I'm on a lean bulk right now, trying to gain as much lean weight as I can. I don't want to do any of like the dirty bulk stuff. It makes it harder for me during the on season when I'm prepping for a show to actually lose all of that, which is what I've done my whole life. So now completely switching gears and we're gonna make a big change for next year. But dang, I actually cut a lot of it.
You did.
I always hold the most right here and then back here. That's the peanut butter and jelly diet. All right, let's go take some photos for Ever Forward. They sent us out these awesome compression pants.
Ooh.
Yeah, so these are sick. We're gonna do a little photo shoot and that's gonna be it.